Assigning qualifications, I gave you a syntax, a script on how to set up qualifications in Mturk. So there is a way to go in here and manually create the qualification in Mturk, and to go to individuals. You can go to individuals and click on them and assign a qualification that way, or you can always upload a CSV file. I have not had much success with uploading CSV file. Doesn't mean that you can't do it that way. You certainly can. I have found that doing it in R is a lot less painful and a lot easier. So you'll need to make sure that you're communicating with Mturk through R. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create the qualification type. You're going to give it a name. And why you might want a qualification could be maybe you've collected data and you thought you only needed to collect 500. But after you cleaned that 500, you found out that you were short of maybe the 100 that you needed for your study. So you need to go out and collect an additional data. And when you do that, I always recommend that you set a qualification so that the individuals who've already completed your survey don't see that on there as a new hit and try to go in and complete your survey. And so what I usually will do is set a qualification and call it, for example, I had one here that said first wave, so that I know that they've already completed. Now, when you name these qualifications, be aware that whatever you call it, the Mturk workers who have that qualification assigned to them will be able to see what it's called. This is my account as a worker, and I'm in here under qualifications, and I'm able to see all the qualifications that are assigned to me and by who. Most of these Gabby Lamberts are me, but you can see I've completed surveys for others who have put a qualification on me. And when you set these up in the script, you're going to give it a name, you're going to give it a description, and the keyword is going to be, what is your name as the requester? Again, I don't have my full name on as a requester. I have my middle name and my maiden name as my name. So you will want to put these things in. And so let's create a new one so I can show you video example 2. So I'm going to fill all of this in, run that script, and when I do, I'm going to get a code. This code right here. I'm going to copy that code because it's going to go in when I assign a qualification. I use the qualification code to assign the qualification. Let's say I wanted to not create a new qualification code, but use a code I already had created. I can always go in and under my requester account, this code is the same thing. So we should be able to, if I refresh my page here, we should be able to see that I created video example 2. I did, and here's the code and the description when I created it, how many workers have that qualification set right now. So there's 2 ways to set these qualifications, and let's say that I want to assign the qualification to a whole bunch of workers. The easiest way to do that would be in my CSV file that I already have all the worker IDs in. Again, I don't want to show the whole thing. What I do is I highlight, and then I right click. I click Format Cells, Custom, and then I need quotation marks around these worker IDs and I also need a comma after each one. So I'm going to put this cool little code in here, / open quotation mark at / close quotation mark and a comma, and hit OK, and it has put that on each of my MIDs for me, my worker IDs. And then I can just copy this, come out here, and the way there's two ways to do this. I just think that this is the easiest way to do it, is if I paste that between these parentheses, and remember to remove that very last comma. Take this out. Now I could have just pasted that down, way down here where I'm going to assign the qualification. I like to keep it neater, and so I just make it into a data set, if you will. So I'm going to call this C2, and I'm actually going to create this by running that. And now you'll see if I go C2, I have all of those, and it's a lot cleaner. So to actually run the script, it's just one line. I put in the qualification I just set, workers equal, and I don't need quotation marks around that. Now I've got to give it a value, and this will be important to remember what you've done here for whenever you go in to set up your survey in Mturk. I'm going to assign it a 1. That's easy for me to remember. Notify means, do I want to email the Mturk workers that they've been assigned a qualification? And no, I don't want to bother them with that. So I say false, and then I can run that line. But what I'm going to do here, just for the purposes of this video, is I'm going to put in my worker ID. I'm going to run this script, and over here I could see notified no, valid, true, which tells me I should be able to go in and refresh my Mturk page here, and now I see I have one Mturk worker assigned that qualification. That tells me it went, and then I will go in here and show you what it looks like as a worker. Video example 2, I've been assigned, my value is 1. So when you are setting up, I'll edit this one because I should have one set in here for you to see. Down here to worker requirements, when you go, they give you these standard ones that you're able to purchase premium qualifications, but all the way at the bottom will be all of the qualification types that you have set. And so I can say, in this one I said control questions equal to 1. So if this would have been a survey I used where I already pre-screened, and so I want to make sure that only the people who qualify to take the survey are seeing it. So only Mturk workers who I have given a value of 1 under control questions can access this survey, and if I set it to private, they're the only ones who can even see that the survey is out there and available for them to take the survey. Let's say that I want to revoke this qualification later. Maybe something happened and I decided I don't want them to be able to take my survey. I would just put that in there. I can take this part out, and I can I don't give it a value, but I can give it a reason if I want to say why it was revoked. Null means no, I don't need to give a reason. I'm just revoking it, and I run that. And then again, I've got true, meaning that I should be able to go back to my account here and see video 2. Oh, it is still there. Maybe I checked too quick. Let's go on here and see. If I go on Manage, Qualifications, and let that update, video 2 has 0. So I probably just hit this one too quick. And it is gone now. Video 2 is gone. I don't have that qualification set as a worker either. So that's how you can assign and remove qualifications.